you know, other than to say I love you, how much I honor who you are in the world and how you are. When I watch how the kids here, our kids, my kids, they're growing, all of those kids in the back that are my kids too, how they're growing up and who they're becoming and how who you are is influencing that. The best way I have to express how I feel about you is to tell you this, that when I have those conversations like the how would my life have been different, you know, you ever have those, how would my life have been different if my family had been rich? How would my life have been different if my family had been whatever? Mine is, how would my life be different if my father had been like you? Instead of how he was, which is a whole other not sermon. It's therapy. How would my life have been different? And more to the point, and maybe even more so now, when I look at when I know you and I talk to you, I think you are the kind of men that I hope that Julia marries. You know, you're the kind of guys that I hope that Julia gets to marry, and because you will then be the father of our grandchildren. Not you personally, you're all too old. What's that? Maybe you. That would be so complicated. There's no dating at work. She will be working here again when she comes back. No. But I am going to close now.
You know, she's really cute.
He doesn't matter. He's too old for her too.
Yeah, he's a whole year older.
Yeah. So, poor Jack. I'm sorry. I do want to close today at some point with a very familiar quote from Marianne Williamson. And I know that probably you've all heard this, and I also know that every time I hear this, I hear something in it differently for myself, and I think that at least once a year it bears repeating. And I don't think that I've repeated it in at least a year. So she wrote this and said this: our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. And as we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So go forth this week and conquer. Be incredible, take a risk, open up to something new. Allow yourself to be the amazing, amazing, wonderful person that you already are. Just remember it every day, every day. And happy Father's Day, and peace be with you. Who would like prayer? Awesome. So I just take this moment to take a breath and connect. To know absolutely the presence of God moving in and through and as each of us in this room, filling this room absolutely with that divine presence and energy. I know that this day, this prayer wraps around each and every one of us, that whatever it is within us, our heart's desire, that we are wanting in prayer this day, it is in this moment fulfilled. Not because God is a giver of Christmas gifts, but because it is within us. All of that love, all of that peace, all of that joy, all that is good is already within us, bursting out at the seams, waiting for us to say yes. I will be incredible because I already am. And so this moment, I speak a word of comfort for any who are feeling any sort of loss, either missing their earthly father, feeling out of sorts in their body, feeling any sort of illness, feeling fear. We hold all of that in those arms of grace that say, we know who you are and it will be okay. We love you and it will be okay. We can just sit in that place of great compassion and great caring and not be afraid of it. And not be afraid of having our hearts exposed. Because we know that as we expose ourselves and our hearts, we give others permission to do the same, and it becomes a safer world for all of us. And so this day we simply wrap this love in a big giant package, and we send it forth from this room, knowing that there are absolutely no walls, no time and space. That this web starts here and it reaches out and it connects with webs of other people who are sitting in prayer in whatever that looks like for them in this day. Because we honor all paths to God. Every single one of them. And we honor our fathers this day, giving them an extra hug, an extra dose of love to recognize who they are and what they bring into our lives and into our children's lives. And we bless them for it. And I give such thanks for all of this, for the beauty of this day, for the amazing connection within community, for all that is, for all that is not, for all we have been, for letting go of all we weren't, and for simply being right here today who we are. I say thank you for all of it. And if you would like to join me, please do so by saying, and so it is. Amen.